I thrifted this vintage wooden frame and I'm gonna spray paint it with a black paint. After it's all nice and dry, in the middle part I'm just adding one layer of Waverly chalk paint. Doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna cover that. Now around the borders I'm adding this beautiful French millinery DIY paint. I purchased this from Unicorn Dust Design Tami, and I am in love with this. Soon as you touch DIY paint, that's it. You're not going back to any other paint because there is a huge difference between a regular chalk paint and a DIY paint. For example, you only need one layer of DIY paint, and when you use a chalk paint, you're gonna need a couple of layers. And I witnessed that when I touched this beautiful DIY paint. And it's not a paid advertisement. This is my honest opinion, and as a crafter, as a creator, I would suggest, if you're a crafter and if you have a chance, to get those DIY paints because they're amazing. Now for the decoupage, I'm using this beautiful print rice decoupage sheet. I purchased it online. I'll try to add the links in my description box if I find them. And now, simple as that, I'm just adding a Mod Podge and I'm gonna layer my sheet in the middle of my wooden frame. I'm calling this art piece Queen of June, dedicated to my daughter. It's her birthday this month in June. So all those creations I'm dedicated to my little sweet girl for her birthday. She saw them and she loves them. And this girl on this picture looks exactly like her. I mean, okay, not the color of her hair, but her eyes, her nose, her face, angel face, beautiful art piece. Just perfect like my daughter. As I always like to make decoupage, it's super easy. You just add one layer with this brush, sponge brush, Mod Podge, and then with the fingers going around slowly, smoothly, and then with the roller, and you're not gonna have any bubbles. Now that it's all nice and covered, I'm gonna cut off the edges with my cutter, and that's it. Super cute, easy, but very high-end look art piece. You gotta let me know, what do you think about these color combinations? And with this beautiful art piece, I just love how they match perfectly. To seal it, I added a matte finish Mod Podge, and after that I'm just gonna add some cute embellishment on the corners of the frame, and this beautiful art piece is done. For the corners of the frame, I'm gonna be adding the new collection of transfers redesigned with Prima, and those are the same thing like we are doing them with the rub-on transfers, except those are the H2O, which means we're gonna need the water to transfer our rub-on transfers, or whatever you like to call them. I just cut off the designs that I like, and I'm gonna put them in each corner and see how that's gonna work. Now I'm gonna transfer them just like that. I just removed the top portion of it. I sprinkle it with the water, and then on top with a wet towel, I'm going over until the whole transfer is fully transferred on. And this is what I have so far. The first corner is done. Then I'm doing the same thing on the second corner. I sprinkle water, I add the transfer, and then with the wet towel I'm just dabbing it off. I just even use the roller, make sure it's all nice and smoothly transferred, and here you go. You gotta be really careful with it, because if you just move it too faster, you're gonna smudge them away, and you don't want that to happen. So you gotta be careful when you're using these water transfers. But they're still pretty, I like them. But I still can say that I love the transfers better than these water slides. I mean, I only used them twice so far. Maybe I need more experience with it, but they're cute. And we're gonna see, I bought a couple of packages of them, and we're gonna see throughout the times when I do all those transfers how it's gonna work. And let me know, what do you think about my creation, about my beautiful trash to treasure creation today. I'm so happy that I'm a part of June Blooms, hosted by my darling friends Tami and Ellie. Happiness Created and DIY from House to Home. They're hosting this new challenge where we're creating something beautiful with floral. And their links are in my description box, along with the amazing playlist with super talented creators. After you're done watching my video, you know where you're going next. I grabbed this plastic planter for $1.99 and I want to make it over. I'm using again this beautiful DIY French millinery paint, and this time I'm going to be adding a salt wash. Also, the salt wash is purchased from Unicorn Dust Design, and this salt wash is similar like baking soda, except it's very thicker. It's more thicker than the baking soda. So now I'm just gonna mix a little portion of my paint with the salt wash so we can grab and have that texture and make our planter to look not like plastic but to look like a cement, like a concrete, something like that. And I'm gonna show you how beautiful it looks, especially when you add this beautiful DIY paint. And like I mentioned earlier, I am only going to add one coat of this paint, nothing else on this plastic planter. When I work with the plastic, I like to use my sponge brush because it's easier to dab it, and I think it's using a less amount of paint. And I'm just going over until my whole planter is covered with the paint, and we're gonna get that beautiful texture that I was talking about. After I cover it and I let it dry, now I'm gonna be adding those H2O transfers, and I got 3 packages of them, as you can see. And I'm gonna be using the same print that I was using on my print earlier on my decoupage art, and I think it's gonna look perfect. And look at the beautiful texture that it came out on this planter. Doesn't even look like it's plastic. When you do slides like this, transfers like this, and when you have a planter like this, it's a little bit tricky, but you can work it out slowly and smoothly, and it's gonna work at the end. But I think those transfers are made for a straight surface, if that makes sense. And if you have round surfaces like this, it's a challenging, but at the end it's gonna come out beautiful. So to transfer them on, first you gotta sprinkle water, then you add the print on top, and then on top of the print you're gonna just smooth it out with a wet towel until the full transfer is transferred, if that makes sense. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit challenging, but still at the end it works. Now I'm doing the second part. I cut off the smaller pieces because I think that's the easiest way to transfer them. And of course, if the surface is nice and straight, it's gonna be easier way. But since this is a round planter, have lots of curves, it takes a little bit longer time until the transfer came out nice and smoothly. Now I'm finishing the back part of the planter as well. And I think this beautiful border around this planter just gives such a French shabby look to it. And now when it's all nice and dry, I ended up adding a white DIY wax with the brush going around so I can just seal it and give extra texture to my planter. And I'm gonna be adding some beautiful floral on top of it, and that's it for this cute DIY. Let me know, what do you think about these 2 creations that I flipped today, and it only cost me just a couple of dollars. So trash to treasure, and we have a nice, beautiful home decor. I found this beautiful, cute jewelry wooden handbag for only $3 and some change because it was on 50% at the thrift store. After I clean it well with the alcohol wipe, I'm going over to make sure I clean it up. I'm gonna give a new life to this vintage jewelry box. Just cleaning it inside and out. It wasn't damaged at all. You just need to clean it well before you add some makeover to it. Since I cannot remove the whole leather belt around it, I'm gonna remove the other part that it's coming off, and then I'm gonna be removing the handle so I can apply some paint on it. Today I'm showing you how you can go to thrift store and you can just purchase something just for a couple of dollars, and you're gonna bring new life to it, and it's gonna look at the end like $1 million. Nobody's gonna know that you only spent just a few cents or $1 and you have a beautiful new look to your home. And for those of you who doesn't know me, I am C and this is CJ DIY, where we create beautiful home decor. We always have lots of fun and lots of inspirations for you to create for your home decor. Now that I removed the handle, I'm gonna be adding a Mod Podge just to seal it, and I don't have any bleed through from the previous material on the paint that I'm gonna apply on this beautiful handbag, jewelry box, whatever you like to call it, decorative piece. You can even add some florals in it. You can do whatever you like with this beautiful, unique piece. I'm gonna be applying apple barrel antique ivory or yellowish color. I'm not sure what it is, and I also added a salt wash just to give a little bit of texture. And now I'm just gonna heavy distress it until my whole jewelry box is covered. I also cover the handle with a tape because I didn't like that part to be painted, and I want to leave that vintage look of it. And simple as that, I'm just covering it all, and we just bring a new look to this beautiful decorative piece. Now that it's nice and dry, I'm just gonna remove the tape from the belt, and also to seal it and to give a more texture and look to it and rustic look, I'm gonna be adding a black DIY wax to it. And all those crevices that they're coming in this beautiful piece, they're just gonna come to detail when we add this wax to it, and it's just bring that rustic vintage look. I really like how it came out. You gotta let me know, what do you think? After I applied the black antique wax, I'm just rubbing it off with my towel, and we got a new beautiful vintage look to this piece. And for my last flip, I got this beautiful blue jay, but I like to give more rustic look to it, so I'm using the same color that I use for my jewelry box, and I'm just going over with my brush until my whole birdie with this floral and the stand are covered in the same color. Now that it's all nice, dried and covered, I'm also adding a black DIY antique wax, and it's easier is to add it on top of my hands, and then with a brush I'm just gonna apply it to my birdie. And with adding the wax on your pieces, you just bring more detail, and this is gonna bring all those beautiful details that this birdie have with the floral and the branches and the stand, and I just love it how it came out. Let me know, what do you think? Let me know, do you like all those colors that I used today, and which one is your favorite one? If you got any suggestions from me, I'm always open for any challenges that you can give me. I always like to try and create new and beautiful things. And before I let you go, don't forget to check out the amazing Tami, Ellie, and the amazing playlist. And my darlings, you don't want to miss 8 p.m. tonight because I got amazing video coming up. I really love those pieces. Here is a little sneak peek of tonight's video, and you don't want to miss it. And until then, I am sending you lots of love, lots of music, positive energy from me to you, my darlings. Bye-bye.